In the spring of 1963, I left Oklahoma and went to a base, Air Force base in Anchorage, Alaska. It was an interesting time. It was a time when that there was a lot of changes going on, a lot of drama around the country, around the world. I remember being there and having certain things happen that just affected us as military personnel to be aware of the things that were going on around about us. It was a change of time. The passion that had taken place in Washington and the excitement and the sheer expectation that there was this hint fate of possibilities arising on the horizon to say that there was going to be a change in the way people thought about people of color, the way people look at themselves as a person of color, the sense that, yes, the transition is taking place. Yes, we have this opportunity to make a difference in the things going around about us. It really proved out the fact that one could be nonviolent and see change come about. Fast forwarding 50 years, I guess the greatest disappointment for me is that the history of it has not been told like it should have been told. Some to do on our part in the African American community. We have not told our children. Being a pastor, being a person who studies theology, who studies the Bible, the whole transition of the Bible from the beginning to the end in terms of its writing, I think of what God had told the leaders of Israel to tell the children of Israel as they moved from Egypt into the promised land. And that was to tell it to them in the morning, tell it to them in the noonday, tell it to them in the evening, tell it to them when they lay down, tell it to them when they wake up. And he wanted them to always be mindful of where they came. They would all tell of their history, how they came out of the bondage of Egypt, how they came out of slavery. We have not done as good a job as we should have holistically in telling the story to our children so that they can become aware, that they're knowledgeable of what took place, of how that men were beaten, how that water hoses was put on some of them, how dogs had bit some of them, how some of them killed, raped, brutally beaten, for the fact that they can now have the right to live where they want, go where they want. So if I had a wish, that would be that we told a better story. We told the story so that we can now see that people gave their lives, people went through an awful lot just to get where we're at now, so that we can, if you pardon the expression, live on Sugar Hill, or we can have a car pick us up, or we could have a Mercedes or whatever. That story to me has not been effectively told. What we have failed to do is to understand the criticalness of being able to blend together as a nation of one. We're all different backgrounds, we're all different races to a vast degree, and it's the beauty and the harmony of it, but also it has also been our albatross, because now we have supremists who don't want to associate with people of color. We have people of color who are on the other side of the spectrum. So we're constantly going at each other, failing to understand that we were blessed to be able to come here, all of us from different places in the world, land here. The only American is the Native American Indian. If we learn how to just blend together, come together, work together for the common good, then we could do some great things.